Hello everyone. So today we'll go quickly because we don't have so much time. So if you like the previous video, then please share it, subscribe it, and subscribe the channel so that it will motivate me for further video. Okay, anyway, so we'll start quickly and we will discuss today most important questions only for CPET 2020. ଆମେ କିଛି important discuss କରିବା. The first one is your 31 question. Only importance we will discuss. So what is the 31 question? He has given that the position momentum operator satisfy the bracket I h cut. So this question indicates that we have to study about the bracket symbol. Okay, we have to study more about the bracket symbol. So actually what does it says that suppose two things is given to you and we have to find the bracket of this symbol. So this symbol is mean that x cut p cut minus another p cut x cut. But remember, these are the operators. X cap is the position operator, p cap is the momentum operator, right? So when we will do this one, we have to take, that means we have to operate this. We need one function, right? This position and this momentum operator cannot have any meaning without any operator. This means this one is the operator, that means these are the position and momentum operator, but we need a function, a wave function or any function that will operate on it. That means we need an eigenfunction to find out an eigenvalue using this operator. I think you know this about this operator. So that will give you what is x cap p cap psi minus p cap x cap psi, right? So actually this p cap is a vector quantity that will give you px, py, pz. So when, remember, this one is position one, right? This one is position with respect to x. So if you take here py, that will give you 0 because this is x and this is y, and pz, that will also give you 0. So and one property is there, that x, px, then py, then pz, that will give you, what that will give? That will give you xpx, xpy, and xpz, right? So this is the properties. I think you know about these properties of the quantum mechanics chapter. So this is one is 0, this one is 0, so there is only xpx. And we know, so if you substitute px and px, so that will give you ih cut. This one is given to you, that xp, that means xpx is ih cut. Okay, what is px? What is px? Px is nothing but h cut by I del by del x. So this is the position operator. Then you do the operation here, that will come del by del x of psi, and here that will come del by del x upon x psi. So you can write now x psi it as, because the position eigenvalue is your x. So you do this operation, one ih cut is there, that is h cut by I, and another is your h cut by I. Then you do the simple derivation. I think you know about this, that xpx equal to ih cut. So we will move further discuss about that thing. So there are several Poisson's bracket are also there. That means your x, lx, then px, lx. So these are the important things you have to remember. Okay, what is lx? That is nothing but ypz minus zpy. Right, I think you already know about these things. Okay, so this is xp, that is xpx, that will be ih cut. And remember one more thing. So if you are solving x lx, so what will happen? So what is lx? That is lx equal to ypz minus zpy. Remember, there is x term, right? There is x term and there is yz, zy. So with respect to x, y and z, these are constant. So your answer will be 0. So remember, if there is x and there is constant, that means constant means there is no x term. There is no x term. If there is y and z, then this is also constant with respect to x. So answer is 0. It x ରହିଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଠି y ଆଉ z ରହିଛି ତେଣୁ एटी x नहीं तो आंसर अब 0 तो जब कांस्टेंट होची ताले आंसर 0 okay so these are several properties of your Poisson bracket so you have to remember this one if there is a ly then that is different case so you remember if there is x and there is x term only then we can solve and x like h cut that will be 0 so these are the properties of your Poisson bracket so you try to remember and some further also you try to read so that it will be helpful okay so next we will go to next we will go to the question number 34 so this is asking about that band theory of solid that in the band theory of solid we have two band one is your valency band and another is the conduction band right and there is Fermi level I am asking about the conductor so the Fermi level in the above of Fermi level that will be conduction band and below will be valency band so this is your Fermi level so he was asking that what is the differ region between collection band and valence band तो valency band collection भितर जो differ region टा होची ता ना कोन सेटा होची कोन ना सेटा होची energy gap okay so you have to in previous class we have discussed about this valence band that is what is the effective mass how to find out the effective mass so this one also important and you try to remember so if you didn't watch that video then please watch that so this is the real gap between them so 31 question is your energy gap next the 36th question will solve what is the Poynting vector right what is the Poynting vector so directly we know this is S equal to E cross H so this is a direct formula that how you what is the formula of for Poynting vector because this Poynting vector right S equal to E cross S that is your option A so this Poynting vector actually if you do solving the electromagnetic energy loss so in that equation we have this Poynting vector okay so in this topic I am telling you two more important things that what is the electric energy loss and what is the magnetic energy loss so the electric energy loss is nothing but half C epsilon 0 E magnitude square half C epsilon 0 E magnitude square so this is the electric energy loss and magnetic energy loss also same thing there will be mu naught and B magnitude square so you read that what is the energy loss in both case in the electric case and in magnetic case and in that equation we have solved this Poynting vector and we obtained S equal to E cross H one more important thing is the Maxwell equation so you have to know about the Maxwell equation so this is easy what is del dot E what is del cross E what is del dot B then what is del cross B so what is del dot E this is equal to rho by epsilon that is volume charge density and this is your Faraday's law that is del cross C equal to minus del B by del T and del dot B equal to 0 this is a magnetostatic this is electrostatic and this one is your Faraday's law and that del cross B equal to mu naught J plus mu naught epsilon naught del cross B equal to mu naught J del cross B equal to mu naught J plus mu naught epsilon naught del E by del T del E by del T I think you know about this so I am not describing elaborating it so this is your Ampere's law so try to remember the Maxwell's law and the Poynting vector and what are the relation between all of this so what is the energy loss is the also important one so this is all about your Poynting vector next we will go to some important question so the 37 is your skin depth so I am not telling about that because in the skin depth remember what's happening in the skin depth so remember so when actually the electrons are moving inside a solid that is not moving these are in a different manner right so if you supply some charge density then what will happen these are arranged in near to the skin these are arranged near to the skin okay so how much depth these are arranged that called skin depth ता माने गोटे जदी आमे गोटे सरफेस रे किछि चार्ज रहउछि इलेक्ट्रॉन गुडा रहउछि तने आमे जदी ताको बाहर कोनसे चार्ज डेंसिटी आमे दबा ताले से कोन हबो ना स्किन रो साइड रे एमाने सब आसी अरेंज हे जिवे तो जो जति की डेप्थ रो एमाने रहउचंती सेटा का स्किन डेप्थ तेनु से कोन कहउची ना जदी हमर चार्ज डेंसिटी ता ओके तेनु रिमेंबर से कहउची फ्रीक्वेंसी ऊपर केमिति डिपेंडेंट रहउचंती बुझल तो से कहउची जे फ्रीक्वेंसी दबा जोटा हमर करंट रहउची तेनु तार स्किन डेप्थ रो फार्मूला रहउची तेणु आम जदि अधिका फ्रिक्वेन्सी दबा ताहले आमर स्क्रीन डेप्थ कौन हम कमी जीव तो केमिति कमिब ना स्क्वायर रूट हिसाब से कमिब तो देखिबा स्क्रीन डेप्थ फॉर्मूला भी मिल जीव तेणु तुम मैंने ऑब्टेन कर पारिबो तो नेक्स्ट आम जीवा हमर 41 क्वेश्चन को जोटा होची इंपोर्टेंट वन एंड इजी वन so we'll solve the question number 41 because in between them there are theory questions so today is the last because of this section so we cannot solve some more problems that because there are 40 questions so we have to go quickly so what is the 51 number question and remember 40 question there is Fermi Dirac right there is Fermi Dirac already given to you if that plus 1 is minus 1 then Bose-Einstein but there is a plus 1 so that will be Fermi Dirac and he is given at absolute zero temperature look your question you can download this from Sam's Odisha site that is CPET 2000 question so there is kt in the denominator right so if you substitute t is there 0 then what will happen the exponential factor will be infinity so 1 by infinity is 0 so this is actually mathematical question so your answer will be 0 you substitute t there t 0 absolute so that will give exponential e minus ef by 0 and e minus ef by 0 is nothing but infinity e to the power infinity also infinity so 1 by infinity is 0 now what is the question number 41 so the question number 41 is that two bodies right two bodies one body is m1 and another body is m2 okay so remember what is the kinetic energy what is the kinetic energy so I am writing here remember for kinetic energy equal to half I omega square what is I is your moment of inertia right so remember kinetic energy is half mv square and what is v equal to r omega eta me jani che je linear motion और angular motion ro velocity भितर relation so this is angular velocity or angular frequency okay so v equal to r omega okay so v equal to velocity that is distance by time and omega is your angular velocity that is angle by time okay now you substitute that and what is moment of inertia this is nothing but mr square this is the general expression mr square so you substitute here v equal to r omega that will come r square omega square so what is mr square that is I so you obtain kinetic energy equal to half omega square तो क्वेश्चन रे कोन देछि ना जो फर्स्ट पार्टिकल का देछि तार मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया होछि I और जो सेकंड का देछि तार मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया होछि 2I तो यार काइनेटिक एनर्जी कितना होबो हाफ I ओमेगा स्क्वायर यार काइनेटिक एनर्जी कितना होबो हाफ 2I ओमेगा स्क्वायर because यार जो मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया ता होछि सेटा होछि 2I आ क्वेश्चन कोन कहउछि ए दुइटा दा समान क्वेश्चन कोन कहउछि ए दुइटा दा समान ताहले याको जदि हम सॉल्व करिबा ताले कोन होबो look to the question two bodies have their moment of inertia I 2I respectively about to their axis of rotation if their kinetic energy are equal what will be the ratio of angular momentum so this one is a omega 1 and this one is omega 2 because these are the angular frequency one is omega 1 and another is omega 2 तो याको जदि हम सॉल्व करिबा ताहले omega 2 कोन पाइबा ना omega 1 divided by √2 right so omega 2 equal to omega 1 it's because half will be cancelled and that 2 will be denominator so omega 2 equal to omega 1 by √2 right now what is the momentum remember momentum it is your p equal to mv right angular momentum and v equal to r omega right so I think he is asking about angular momentum okay so this is linear momentum so we have to solve the angular momentum what is angular momentum that is mr into v and v equal to r omega so that will be half I omega okay so what is the expression of angular momentum that is nothing but I omega okay so what will be L1 so L1 is nothing but I omega 1 that will be L2 for M2 case that is I omega 2 ताहले हमको एबे फाइंड आउट करबार अछि what will be L1 by L2 because this will give us the ratio, right? What is their angular momentum ratio? So angular momentum is I omega, kinetic energy half I omega square, air moment of inertia I, air moment of inertia 2I. Okay, sorry, so that will be 2I omega t because यार angular momentum ta sorry moment of inertia ta 2I na, so L1 by L2 I by omega 1 2I omega 2, so that is nothing but omega 1 by 2 omega 2. What is omega 1 sorry okay, so what is what is omega 1? That is root 2 omega 2 divided by 2 omega 2, right? So this one is your okay, so omega 2 equal to omega 1 by root 2. So what is omega 1? That is root 2 omega 2. So your answer is nothing but 1 by root 2. So what is the answer? 1 is to root 2. Okay, so two bodies have moment of inertia I to I about the axis of rotation. If the kinetic energy is equal half I omega square, that is half 2I omega 2 square, then cancel half up and 2 will be denominator, so omega 2 equal to omega 1 by root 2. Now this is the angular momentum L1 equal to I omega 1, that is L2 that is 2I omega 2. Then you have to find the ratio. To find the ratio, divide both of them, so that will be I will be cancelled and omega 1 by 2 omega 2, then omega 1 is your root 2 omega, so that root 2 will be 1 cancel, so that will be 1 by root 2. Therefore the answer is 1 is to root 2. Okay, so here we have to remember the kinetic energy formula and the angular momentum formula. So try to remember, this is the mechanics question. What is the angular momentum, what is the ordinary momentum, what is the moment of inertia, what is kinetic energy, and everything you have to remember these one things. Okay, so next we will go to question number 43. So I am just asking to you, so this is a reversible cycle, so you know about this cycle. Then what is the integral of dq by dt? So for reversible cycle this one is 0, right? Okay, so next we will go to 44 question. What is the correct expression for the phase angle in RLC circuit? Phase angle, what is the phase angle in RLC circuit? Okay, so remember in our LCR circuit रे कौन होची ना हमर जो XL XC XR XR होची कौन ना resistance of resistor, that is R, that is XL, that is omega L. So this is the resistance of inductor, that we call inductive resistance. And what is XC? This is the 1 by omega C, right? So what is omega? Omega is the frequency, angular frequency of inductor, and this is the capacitor. That means that current जदि गोटे कैपेसिटर देकी करंट जाउची, जो करंट रो फ्रीक्वेंसी होची ओमेगा, ताहले कैपेसिटर रो रेजिस्टेंस केते हबो ना 1 बाय ओमेगा सी. तेन मन रखि था सी होची कैपेसिटेंस, किंतु ओमेगा होची ता देकी जो करंट ता फ्लो करूची तार फ्रीक्वेंसी. ओके, सो एक्सएल सेमिति ओमेगा एल आ एटा तो रेजिस्टर रो रेजिस्टेंस, एटा सेमिति इंडक्टर रो रेजिस्टेंस. इंडक्टर देकी जदि करंट आई फ्लो करूची आ आई टा को हम कोन लिखुचे I0 sin ओमेगा t plus 5 है, I equal to I0 sin ओमेगा t plus 5. तो ए जो ओमेगा t plus 5, तो ए जो ओमेगा एटी रहउची से ओमेगा. ओके, तो से कहउची कोन ना एटा होची रियल पार्ट टा, किंतु ए दुटा जाक होची कॉम्प्लेक्स पार्ट, राइट? सो ए दुटा जाक कॉम्प्लेक्स हे पारे आ आटा तुम्हारा रियल नंबर टा. तो से कोन कहउची ना R आउ XL XC सब बेले ऑपोजिट डिस्टेंस रे आ R ताको परपेंडिकुलर. ओके, सो जदि हम या को वेक्टर रे देखिबा ताले ये कोन होबो ना R तो रहिबो ता सहित XL minus XC रहिबो. Okay, XL minus XC or XC minus XL, that does not matter. So remember, so this is the phase angle. So how you will find out the phase angle? Okay, so remember tan phi, that is the phase angle. Tan phi, this is nothing but XL minus XC divided by R. So remember, this is the tan of the phase angle, XL minus XC divided by R. So these are the vector representation, that is XL XC, then the resultant will be XL minus XC, and this one is R. Okay, so tan phi, that will be this one, this angle. So that tan phi, so this is R and this is XL minus XC, and this is the phase angle. So what is the tan phi? Tan phi equal to P by V. So that is okay. So this one is XL minus XC, and this one is R. Okay, so now correct. So this one is XL minus XC, and this one is R, and this is the phase angle. So tan phi equal to XL minus XC divided by R. Then what will be phi? So the phi will be tan inverse XL minus XC divided by R. So this is nothing but your option number A. Option A, 44 question, option A. So phi equal to tan inverse XL minus XC by R. And one more important thing, what will be the impedance here? So remember, that is XL minus XC square plus R square, then X square. So this is the impedance. That means the final resistance of a circuit. This is also a resistance, but this is the final resistance of a circuit. So I have one notice to you, that you read the LCR circuit, the RC circuit, the LR circuits, then find out the time constant in LR circuit, find out the RC circuit time constant, then what is the phase difference, or what is the phase difference in LC circuit versus the phase difference in LR circuit. Okay, so 1 pi by 2 is there, and what is the phase difference between your potential and current when resistor only. If resistor is only there, what is the phase difference? Phase difference is 0. If a capacitor is only there, phase difference is pi by 2. If inductor is there, then phase difference is minus pi by 2. That means pi by 2. That will be negative sign 1, because if your potential is in A sin omega t, then you will solve, then you will find A sin omega t plus 5 in case of capacitor, and that will be pi by 2, and in case of inductor, that will give you omega t minus pi by 2. So these are the phase difference. So try to remember, if a resistor is only there, phase difference is 0. If capacitor is there, phase difference is pi by 2, and if inductor is there, phase difference is minus pi by 2. So what is your power? What is the power in your LCR or LC circuit? What is the power? So remember, the power is IRMS, ERMS, cos phi. So this is the phase angle. Okay, this is the phase difference. This is the power. IRMS, ERMS, cos phi, or half I0, E0, cos phi. Because IRMS is I0 by root 2, ERMS is E0 by root 2. I0 by root 2, E0 by root 2. So if you multiply, 1, 2 factor will be outside, and I0, E0, cos phi. Okay. So যদি গোটে পিওর রেজিস্টর রয়েছে, তাহলে ফাইটা তো হচ্ছে 0, তাহলে cos 0, then half epsilon 0 0. যদি গোটে পিওর রেজিস্টর আছে, তার পাওয়ার কেতে half I0, E0, and I0, E0 is your peak current, that is the maximum current. Okay. Then যদি ক্যাপাসিটর রয়েছে, তাহলে ফাইটা পাই বাই 2 0, পাওয়ার হচ্ছে ক্যাপাসিটরের, পিওর ক্যাপাসিটরের 0, আর পিওর ইন্ডাক্টরের भी পাওয়ার হচ্ছে 0. Then what is the power factor? Power factor is nothing but your cos phi. This is the power factor. This is the power factor. What is power factor? This is cos phi. Okay, যদি তুমি পিওর রেজিস্টর পাই দেখুছ, তাহলে রেজিস্টর, পিওর রেজিস্টর যদি দেখুছ, তাহলে phi equal to 0. আর যদি ক্যাপাসিটর দেখুছ, তাহলে phiটা হবে pi by 2. আর যদি ইন্ডাক্টর দেখুছ, তাহলে phi হবে minus pi by 2. So these are the important questions can be asked in your CPET 2021. Okay, so these are the power factors. So you substitute, that will be 1, that will be 0, that will be 0. Okay, so these are the energy, power factor, and your LCR circuit XL, XC, XR. Remember XL, XC always opposite to each other. And the formula, what is the formula of XL, XC? तेणु जदि AC रो फ्रिक्वेन्सी टा कौन बहुत हाई आ DC रो फ्रिक्वेन्सी कौन बहुत लो, तेणु जदि आमे माने कैपेसिटर लगेइचे ताहले कैपेसिटर AC को अलाउ करिवो ना DC को अलाउ करिवो? तो एटा होची क्वेश्चन। तो इंडक्टर टा AC को अलाउ करिवो ना DC को अलाउ करिवो? तेणु रिमेम्बर जार रेजिस्टेंस टा 0 हो गला से करंट को अलाउ करिवो, जार रेजिस्टेंस टा हाई हो गला से करंट को अलाउ करिवो नाही। ओके, तो XL, XC तुम पाखे अच्छी कहार ओमेगा मतलब एंगुलर फ्रिक्वेन्सी कहार बेसी, तो सेटा तुम सब्स्टिट्यूट करके रेजिस्टेंस काढी पारिबो, तेणु रेजिस्टेंस रो फाइंड आउट कर। ओके, सो नेक्स्ट होची क्वेश्चन नंबर 45. So what is the time constant in RC circuit? Okay, so you know this, what is the time constant in RC circuit, because the relation is that I equal to I0 into 1 minus e to the power minus t by tc, I think. So this is the power consumption in RC circuit. That means this is your current equation in RC circuit, so it is gradually increases. So TC is nothing but your RC. So you read the RC circuit diagram, then you read how the current developed in RC circuit. So your time constant is RC. Similarly, in your 46 question, there is RL circuit. So what is the time constant? That is equal to L by R. Okay, so this is RC circuit. Actually, you have R, and then you have some capacitor C. Then you are giving a current through a switch. So that is the current. Okay, so this is the current. Okay, we are giving some DC current, right? So we are giving some DC current that will have EMF E. So this is the DC current, and the DC current EMF is E. So ये जो EMF टा में दौचे, जो बैटरी टा दौचे, से थिरो किछि वोल्टेज रेजिस्टर नहीं जाउची, आउ किछि वोल्टेज कैपेसिटर नहीं जाउची. So हमें जानि छै Q equal to CV, so V equal to Q by C. Okay, तेणु हमें कौन जानिले ना E equal to IR plus Q by C. राइट, तेणु एटा होची इक्वेशन. तापरे एटा होची हमर हमें कैपेसिटर पाइ नै छै, तेणु I को हमें लिखि परिबा dq by dt. Now you solve this equation, you will obtain one equation, and that will give you, so that will give you the time constant, right? So E minus Q by C equal to dq by dt, right? So that means EC minus Q by C into one R is there. So take the R to denominator, you solve this, this is your RC. So this is your time constant, that is your RC. Okay, you solve this equation. You have given some EMF and some current is, this is voltage, EMF. So this voltage, A through किछि voltage resistor नउछि, A through किछि voltage capacitor नउछि. तो capacitor रो voltage formula कोन Q by C और resistor रो IR. तापरे A through ये नउछि, ये भी नउछि. तेनु एटा सहित समान. तेणु या सल्व कर, तापर डिनोमिनेटर रे आसे आसीबो, तो सेटा होची तुमर टाइम कांस्टेंट. सेमिति तो जते बेले नबो काहा को तुमर एल्स एरा देछि आरएल सर्किट को, तेणु इंडक्टर को जते बेले नबो सेम थिंग, एठी आर रहइबो, एठी इंडक्टर रहइबो, तापर आमे ताको गोटे स्विच थ्रो रे किछि करंट दबा. ताले इक्वेशन कोन होबो, एटा तो हला ईएमएफ टा. ओके, सो ट्राई टू just understand this. So this is the EMF, right? And this is the IR, that is voltage taking. And हमें जानी चाहिए what is the EMF here, that is L di by dt, because this is the Faraday's law, that E equal to L di by dt. Previous class रे मध्य डिस्कस करथिले इंडक्टर रो केते वोल्टेज ड्रॉप होबा ना E equal to L di by dt, right? So तेनु हमर इक्वेशन कोन हे गला, ए EMF रो किछि रेजिस्टर नउछि आउ किछि इंडक्टर भी नउछि. then एटा हला इक्वेशन. Now you solve this. So this is the current equation, this is the charge equation, then you will obtain the solution. Remember, one R is there, so you divide the R here and divide the R here. So this is the time constant L by R. Okay, so this is all about your LC circuit, RC circuit, LCR circuit. So I think we have solved the questions for LC and RC both questions. So you also try to remember this thing, so that will helpful to understand the LC circuit. These are switching circuit, right? So these are switching circuits, so you can find out. Okay, so now we will go to question number 48. So what is asking in question number 48? That if a charged particle of mass m is accelerated through a potential difference v, okay, if a charged particle of mass m is accelerated through a potential v volts, then the de Broglie wavelength is proportional to. So this is equal to de Broglie equation. So what is de Broglie equation? It is h by p. What is p? P is nothing but 2me root over, right? And I'm going to देखिले ना lambda का 1 by e सहित perpendicular. Okay, so what is energy? What is energy? E equal to energy is a form of work and W equal to QD, right? So E is directly proportional to V. Therefore, lambda also is directly proportional to 1 by square root of V. So your answer is, this is nothing but V to the power minus R. This is easy, right? This is momentum, and this is the momentum in terms of energy. Remember, this is P. This is momentum. This is also momentum. Okay, because your energy equal to half mv square, right? Energy half mv square. Our कौन करेगा half into ऊपर गोटे mass गुणी दबा m square v square divided by m. So this is nothing but m square v square कौन होगा p square by 2m. So p equal to 2me root over. So this is the, and I mean energy is a form of work. And work टा electrostatic रे कौन होगा qv, w equal to qv, because potential दरकार ना, तेनो ये जगह हमें v substitute कर देला v to the power minus r पड़े ऐसे. Okay. So next question is about your relativity. That is question number 50. So एटा तुम्हें माने b बाहर कर पारिबो question number 50. तो मु तुमको नेक्स्ट क्लास रे कहितली जे l का रिलेटिविटी रे कोन हुए डिक्रीज हो जाए, l इक्वल टू l0 into 1 minus v square by c square root over. मास टा रिलेटिविटी रे इंक्रीज करे, तेणु आम जदि गोटे रड रो 5 सेमी रड रो लेंथ को नेकी दबुडीबा ताहले आउ जने कोन देखिबो ना रड रो लेंथ टा डिक्रीज हो जाउछि, आउ जने देखिबो जे कि रेस्ट फ्रेम रो अछि, तुमे मूविंग फ्रेम रो अछो, आउ जने रेस्ट फ्रेम रो अछि, तो से कोन देखिबो ना रड रो लेंथ टा डिक्रीज कर कहि जाउछि. तेणु से कहिछि जे रड रो लेंथ होउछि 1 मीटर, ता माने l0 होउछि 1 मीटर, रड रो लेंथ टा होउछि 1 मीटर. तापरे से को जे सैटेलाइट टा मूविंग करूछि बीटा 0.8 c रे, ताहले वेलोसिटी टा होउछि 0.8 से, ताहले l केते हबो, l हला l0, l0 हला 1, so remove that 1 minus v square by c square. What is v square? This is 0.8 रो स्क्वायर केते 0.864, so c square. What is v square by c square? This is 0.64, right? So v square by c square 0.64, so that will give you square root of 0.36, and this is nothing but 0.6. So what will be the L? So L will be 0.6 meter. So the answer is 0.6 meter. Right? So this is the direct formula. Also I told you what is the mass formula, what is the time delay in the previous lecture. So you go to that, you will find out. Next is your question number 52. So the nuclear force, we know nuclear force is a short range force and is a strong attractive. Nuclear force विषय टिके पढिबो, तो एटा हला तुम nuclear physics रा, तो तुम माने जानि छ एटा short range and attractive force. Then next is the mean lifetime of an atom and radioactive. Radioactive रे mean lifetime कोन होबो? तो देखो mean lifetime टा होछि average time टा, आ यार डायरेक्ट फार्मूला भी तुम माने को कहा जाइथिबो. एते किछि माने डेरिवेशन नै किछि नै. What is the mean lifetime? So mean lifetime, remember what is the equation? L equal to n0 into e to the power minus lambda t, right? So e to the power minus kt, and k which is 0.693 by lambda, right? 0.693 by, this is radioactive decay constant, that is 0.693 by lambda. So and remember the time average value. Okay, so this is actually t half. Sorry, this is t half, that will be 0.693 by lambda. Okay, so you can write it as lambda also. Remove that k part because this is radioactive decay constant. This is radioactive decay constant lambda. lambda is the radioactive decay constant, T half equal to 0.653 by lambda, and जोटा होची 0.693 into T average. Remember, T half equal to 0.693 into T average. So ये जो T average टा होची तुम्हारा mean lifetime जोटा होची 1 by lambda. So आंसर कितना होगा 1 by lambda. So मन रखो radioactivity के रू पढ़ुची क्वेश्चन तेणु मन रखा पाई चेष्टा करो. तापरे क्वेश्चन नंबर 56 को आसीबा. तो एटा को ही हम खोजुतले जे लाग्रांज रो आसुची जो तुम्हारा इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन आ गोटे जे हैमिल्टनियन रो इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन. The Lagrange equation of motion and Hamiltonian equation of motion. So this is the two important things that you have to remember. So what is the Lagrange equation of motion? That is del by del dot upon del L by del Q dot minus del L by del Q equal to 0. Okay? So that is the equation of Lagrange motion. And remember P equal to del L by del Q dot. This is generalized coordinate system. So remember P equal to del L by del Q dot. And what is L? L is nothing but kinetic energy minus potential energy. Okay? Kinetic energy minus potential energy. Potential energy तो mgh formula. Kinetic energy half mv square. किंतु जो velocity टा रहुची से velocity टा को जदि हमें polar coordinate रे देखिबा ताले सेटा होची r dot plus r theta dot. Right? No, sorry, this is r dot plus r theta dot. এটা আমি কোঅর্ডিনেট সিস্টেম রে भी পড়িছে তো তুমি মানে মু भी সেটা কহিছি কোঅর্ডিনেট সিস্টেম রে সিলিন্ড্রিক্যাল কোঅর্ডিনেট সিস্টেম প্লেন পোলার কোঅর্ডিনেট সিস্টেম তো সেই ভিডিও को भी যাইকি তুমি মানে দেখি পারিবো তো এটা হচ্ছে ইম্পর্টেন্ট কাইনেটিক এনার্জি কাঢ়িলা বেলে এই ভেলোসিটিটা আমি ইউজ করিবা পোলার কোঅর্ডিনেট পাই ওকে সো এতিকে হচ্ছে তোমার लाग्रेंज ইকুয়েশন অফ মোশন মনে রাখিବାକୁ পড়িব তেଣୁ L କାଢ଼ିବ ତାପରେ ଜେନେରାଲାଇଜ୍ କୋଅର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ନେବ ତାର ଭେଲୋସିଟି ଦେଖ ଏଇ ଜେନେରାଲାଇଜ୍ କୋଅର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ଟା r ହେଇପାରେ θ ବି ହେଇପାରେ φ ବି ହେଇପାରେ ତେଣୁ କ'ଣ ଦେଇଛି ସେଇ ଅନୁସାରେ କରିବ ତେଣୁ P ହେଲା del L by del Q dot ତ ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି ହାମିଲ୍ଟନିଆନ୍ ତ ହାମିଲ୍ଟନିଆନ୍ ର ଇକ୍ୱେସନ୍ ଅଫ ମୋଶନ୍ କ'ଣ summation of PQ dot minus L so this is your Hamiltonian summation of PQ dot minus L okay then first find out L then find out P this is del L by del Q dot तुमको L suppose दे देछि क्वेश्चन रे ताले P find out करो P find out केमति करबो del L by del Q dot so if this is r रे जदि देछि ताले r dot थीटा रे देछि ताले थीटा dot तो एठी रहउछि एक्चुअली समेशन ता रहउछि तेणु तुम r रे फाइंड आउट कर t रे फाइंड आउट कर आड कर माइनस कर ओके ये समेशन रोचे एक्चुअली क्यू आई ये भी क्यू आई तो तुम जानते हो ये आई समेशन रोचे ये भी आई समेशन रोचे ओके सो पी आई क्यू आई डॉट माइनस एल सो दिस इज योर हैमिल्टनियन ओके सो रिमेंबर वन मोर थिंग वन दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट वन that is q dot equal to del h by del p then P dot that is minus del H by del Q. Remember these are the two important formula that is two result of your Hamiltonian. If Q dot देछि then del H by del P. If P dot देछि ताले minus del H by del Q. And one more important thing remember del L by del T equal to minus del H by del T. एटा भी relation रहुछि एटा ला टाइम डेरिवेटिव ओके This is time partial derivative, all are partial derivative. So Q dot del S by del P, P dot minus del S by del Q. So these are the important formula of your Lagrange and Hamiltonian. So I think you know about this. So this will be option B, right? Okay. So next you go to question number 57. I am not telling you this is cyclic coordinate. Okay, cyclic coordinate del L by del Q dot kete hoba 0. Sorry, del L by del Q. Cyclic coordinate fine. Remember. Cyclic coordinate fine del L by del Q होची 0 cyclic coordinate fine del L by del Q is 0 remember this is important एटा भी तुमरो इथर पक्के देछि तो 15 number 53 answer is del L by del Q equal to 0 then 58 a particle moves in a circular orbit about the origin under the action of central force if the potential energy is 0 at infinity then the total energy of the particle okay तो हमें जानी छे एटा फोर्स टा हमको देछि ताले एनर्जी फाइंड आउट करिवार अछि आ पोटेंशियल एनर्जी टा से कहछि 0 इन्फिनिटी रे होछि आ तुमको देछि कि सेटा 0 चलो ये होछि क्वेश्चन नंबर तुम्हारा 58 देछि तो ताहले तुमको फोर्स दे देछि सो फोर्स कोन कहै दिस इज माइनस k r कैप बाय r क्यूब ताहले एनर्जी कोन होबा माइनस k बाय r क्यूब इनटू r कैप डॉट r वेक्टर right. So remember what is r cube, r cap, that is r vector by r magnitude. So you solve this r cap into r cap, that is r magnitude square, then there is fourth term, so answer is minus k by r square. Simple है r dot r cap कहते r square तो एठी r cube into r होचे r to the power 4 so cancel हो जाबो so minus k by r square. Okay तापर थ्योरी गुडा का तुम मान लिखि दियो तापरे आमे 62 को जिबा इलेक्ट्रोनिक्स रो क्वेश्चन हाफ आर्डर लॉजिक सर्किट रे केतेटा इनपुट रहउची ओके हाफ आर्डर आ फुल आर्डर रो क्वेश्चन एटा तो से कोनते हाफ आर्डर रे केतेटा ओके सो हाफ आर्डर रे कोन रहउची आ दुईटा इनपुट रहउची आ गोटे सम रहउची आ गोटे तुमरा कैरी रहउची तनो ए बी रहिला ताहले यार आउटपुट कोन होबा ना तुमरा ए बी बार प्लस a bar b so this is the half order right अब कैरी जदी तुम रखिया पाई चाहछो ताहले ए दुटा को आमे माने ऐड कर परिबा तो एटा हमको कैरी दो ओके एटा ला सम एटा ला कैरी सो एटा ला हाफ ऑर्डर पाई जेतोले हाफ ऑर्डर डिस्कस करू छ तो फुल ऑर्डर भी डिस्कस हबो त फुल ऑर्डर रे कोन करबो ना फुल ऑर्डर रे तुमरो गोटे कैरी रहबो कैरी इन देन हाफ ऑर्डर बुझी पारला तो हाफ ऑर्डर रो दुईटा इनपुट रहउची तो तुम माने देखि पाइबो भी हाफ ऑर्डर रो सर्किट डिटेल रे तो हाफ आर्डर रे दुईटा इनपुट दुईटा कैरी फुल आर्डर रे तीनटा इनपुट दुईटा कैरी ओके तेनु एटा हला फुल आर्डर तेनु तीन इनपुट आ दुईटा कैरी एटा हला फुल आर्डर आ हाफ आर्डर रे दुईटा इनपुट दुईटा कैरी सॉरी आउटपुट गोटे सम गोटे कैरी आ दुईटा इनपुट सो ये हला हाफ आर्डर ये हला फुल आर्डर ओके ट्राई टू रिमेंबर एंड इफ यू वांट टू नो मोर अबाउट देन प्लीज गो टू द electronics book then you will understand what are the half order and full order okay तापरे किछि थ्योरी पार्ट रही छे तो स्प्लिटिंग ऑफ स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन हम स्टार की फैक्टर ही देखु छे टोटल 65 क्वेश्चन 62 okay 2 inputs and 2 output and 63 an oscillator differs from an amplifier it requires no input signal right okay so next we will go to our question number 67 so lepton quota which of the following element particle is a lepton so this is particle physics question which one is your lepton and which one is your hadron okay so question number 67 kon कहूची which of the following elementary particle is a lepton so देखो हमर जो एलिमेंटरी पार्टिकल रहउची गोटे फोटोन तो रहउची फोटोन टा अलगा रहउची ओके फोटोन पूरा सेपरेटली रहउची लेप्टन हाड्रन ठार अलगा रे तेनो दुईटा जो एंटी पार्टिकल रहउची गोटे होची लेप्टन आ गोटे होची हाड्रन ओके सो ए लेप्टन भितरे म्यू पार्टिकल म्यू मेजन गुडा को रहउची तेनो लेप्टन भितरे इलेक्ट्रॉन रहउची तार एंटी पार्टिकल रहउची और म्यू मेजन गुडा को भी रहउची तो हाड्रन भितरे कोन रहउची सेमिते हाड्रन भितरे तुमरो बैरियंस रहउची आउ किछि हाइपर अंश रहउची ओके तो बैरियंस रहउची हाइपर अंश रहउची आ बैरियंस भितरे तुमरो न्यूक्लियस गुडा को रहउची आ किछि मेजन गुडा को भी रहउची तो या भितरे पाई मेजन रहउची आ के मेजन रहउची पाई रो प्लस माइनस 0 तो के मेजन भी समित रहउची पाई मेजन के मेजन तापर हाइपर अंश रे मध्य किछि पार्टिकल रहउची तेनो इलेक्ट्रॉन आ म्यू मेजन एगुडा कहला लेप्टन गुडा को तेनो आंसर तुम माने पाई जीवनी सो आंसर इज योर म्यू मेजर दैट इज योर ऑप्शन बी सो एंटी पार्टिकल विषय रे निहाती क्वेश्चन आसीबो तो तुमको गोटे इक्वेशन देथिबो जे एटा इक्वेशन टा पॉसिबल हेई परिबो कि नाही तो लेप्टन हाड्रन नंबर एगुडा को सब चेक करिवो मेजर नंबर सॉरी लेप्टन नंबर हाड्रन नंबर तापर चेक करिवो तो देखिबो सैटिस्फाई करूची ना नाही ओके सो बैरियंस हाइपर अंश रहउचे हाइपर अंश रे किछि लैम्डा पार्टिकल जीटा ओमेगा तो एगुडा को सब रहउचे आ बैरियंस रे न्यूक्लियस मेजन्स रहउचे पाई मेजन के मेजन इटा भी रहउचे इटा मेजन पाई मेजन के मेजन इटा किंतु म्यू टा रहउचे म्यू मेजन टा रहउचे इलेक्ट्रॉन रे इलेक्ट्रॉन तार एंटी पार्टिकल आ म्यू मेजन ओके सो दिस इज द your elementary particle next is your question number 68 that is your Biot-Savart's law in magnetic field is analogous to dash law in electric field. Okay, so Biot-Savart's law is Coulomb's law, right? Means the related, because Biot-Savart's law told us what, that is the magnetic field, that is magnetic energy field. So what is the, so that will be your Coulomb's law. Okay, so Biot-Savart's law is related to Coulomb's law. Okay, so and the Gauss law is related to Ampere's law. So remember, Biot-Savart's law is related to Coulomb's law, because electrostatic रे आमे static रू Coulomb's law ही पढ़ुचे, biostatic रे भी आमे Biot-Savart's law पढ़ुचे, जोटा हमको इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विषय रे दर्शाउचे और एटा हमको मैग्नेटिक फील्ड विषय रे दर्शाउचे. Then question number 69, the Ampere's law is based on which theorem? Okay, which theorem? Ampere's law. What is Ampere's law? We know that del cross B equal to mu naught J, right? Del cross B equal to mu naught J. Okay, so जदि आप देखिबा del cross B dot n cap ds, ताले ये कौन होगा? So this is nothing but mu naught into J dot n cap ds. So what is J dot n cap ds? So this is nothing but mu naught into di. So that will give you mu naught into I. So this one, actually this one it will give you, that is the B vector dot dl, right? So this is the line integral to surface integral. B dot dl equal to mu naught I. This is Ampere's law. B dot dl equal to mu naught I. So B dot dl ru mu naught I केमिति पाउचे? Applying Stokes law. Okay. So the answer is your Stokes law. Okay. So the Ampere's law is based on Stokes law. Next, the question number 70, the magnetic flux density of a finite length conductor of radius 12 cm and current 3 ampere is what? Okay, so gote finite length leiti ଆଉ तार तुमको magnetic field intensity भी देइछि. Okay, so तुम मानको magnetic flux काढिबार अछि. Okay, ए तो यार आंसर मु कहि दोछि 70 आंसर ए इक्वल, this is 5 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, this is option A. So you calculate this because we don't have so much time. This one is task for you. You find out the 70 number question. I have given the answer. This is option A. So we will stop here because we have completed some important parts of this CPET 2020. So you try to read some more that topics I have discussed about more about that topics, then you can easily qualify your CPET 2021. Okay, so all the best for all of you, all the best, and try to solve more question within that 19 minutes, because you have to solve 17 questions. So at least 60 or 50 questions you can easily solve this, and try to read your CHSC topics. That will helpful to you. Okay, anyway, all the best to all of you once again. So if you like this, please share and subscribe the channel so that it will motivate me to further videos. Okay, thank you. Jai Jagannath. So we'll stop here.